Now the concept we are going to learn is a inheritance in Java. First of all, what is inheritance? With a simple example. Just today, completely a theoretical example, theoretical concepts with examples I'll explain. First thing is, what is inheritance? Simple way of understanding inheritance is, suppose here it is a iPhone 14 version is there. See, for this iPhone 14 model, definitely one software is required. Any one software is required. That is simply to say existing system. Now the company want to launch the next version into the market, iPhone 15. This is the new version they are going to introduce. Simply to say proposed system. 14 is existing system. Normally, whenever you are developing the projects, every project has existing system as well as proposed system. See, suppose they just want to launch a software for iPhone 15. My question is, will they start coding from the very beginning? Nothing but from the scratch? Definitely not. Because so much code already they implemented in 14 that they will reuse. The code they will upgrade, extends, enhance, upgrade, reuse, update, upgrade, reuse. Any name you can use, simply to say inheritance is the concept of reusing the existing functionality in the creation of new object. Whenever you are defining the new object, something which is already present that you can reuse. Simple. Here, defining new object, nothing but 15, by reusing the functionality of existing object, that is 14. That is the exact definition of inheritance. Okay. Now, how many types of inheritance are present and how can we implement the code of inheritance in Java? The first thing is the types of inheritance. Suppose here it is a class A is there and class B is there. Class A and class B. Just wait, right. Class A is present and class B is present. This one just extending the functionality from one level is called single inheritance in Java. Just getting the functionality from A to B. One level is called single inheritance. Next one is, suppose A, B already extended, now it is C. B already extending from A, now C extending from B. Nothing but C getting the functionality of both A and B. More than one level is called multi-level inheritance. Is called multi-level inheritance. Next, the third one is hierarchical. Suppose class A, if one parent is there, the parent is giving the functionality, sharing the functionality to multiple childs B, C, D. To multiple childs. This is just like our family hierarchy. And this is called hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Fourth one is, here it is getting the functionality from multiple classes. D is extending the functionality of A as well as B and C. This is called multiple inheritance. The next one is class A, B and C, suppose extending the functionality from A. Now D. D is extending from the functionality of B and C. This is called hybrid inheritance. It's called hybrid. These are the 5 types of inheritances. But a very important point is first three. First three, we can implement these three types, we can implement using classes in Java. But these two types, we can implement using interfaces concept in Java. But sir, what is an interface and all? So don't worry. Just within 2 days, we can cover what are the abstract classes and what are the interfaces. Sir, why Java not supporting these two using the classes? Why we must go with the interfaces concept? Everything I'll explain. It's not a big story, a very simple story. These are the types of inheritances in Java. Next one, let me explain the concept with a single inheritance. It's very easy. Suppose I'm taking, here it is a 2 classes I'm taking. Normally, inheritance means what? Everyone saying that parent and child relation. I am also using the same concept, parent, and the next one is a child. Sir, how can we implement the relation, inheritance relation between parent and child? Simply, child is extending from the parent. We use the keyword called extends keyword, extends. What is the purpose? Look at this. I'm defining a method M1 in parent class, system.out.println. This is parent class M1 is a method. Next, in a child class, I'm defining a method, system.out.println is a child class M2, Now, I'm creating object of child class only, just child class. Child C is equal to new child of. The question is what? Reusing the functionality now. Using the child class, you can access parent class functionality and you can access child class functionality also. What is the concept of inheritance? It is the concept of reusing the functionality of existing object. Using the child class, we can access the parent functionality as well as the child functionality. That is, just run, look at the output, parent class M1, child class M2, just these two. This is the simple way of writing the code. Please practice this quick, everybody. A very important point here. See, whenever you create object, when we create object for child, first parent object will be created, not a child object. Normal thinking, parent is there, child is there. Imagine without parent, how child will come? So when you try to create object for child, first it will prepare the parent. Once the parent is ready, then it will prepare the child. Sir, how can I show this practically? It's very simple. In a parent class, define a constructor. Sir, what is the constructor? Define a method with the same name of class. This is parent. Is a parent object created. Parent object created. Next, child. Is a child object created. Like this. Child object created. See, when you are creating object for child, here you are calling child class constructor only. Look at this. It's a child class constructor. Simple, na? But here in the child class constructor, we are thinking child object created first. No. Look at this. First, parent object created and then child object created. Parent object created and then child object created. That's the simple story. Okay, please practice this quick, everybody. Just do with the multiple examples with the multi-level inheritance also. Suppose if I make the grandparent also class grand, and this one is extending from the grand. In the grand, we are writing that this is grand. Any level, no matter. This is grandparent object created. Simple message. Simple message. The same story. In the process of child object creation, first the grandparent object, followed by the parent object, and followed by the child object. All the three executing. Look at this. And if you define the methods, suppose this is void M1 and this is void M2, and I'm talking about the functionality reusing. Just I'm creating the object. It's a grand M1, it's a parent M2, and it is child M3. When you are creating object of child, you can access M1, M2 as well as M2. All the three we can access. Just run the code. You can see the output of all the three. That is okay. So practice these things: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and object creation process also. Okay. In the next session, I'll explain the concepts of hierarchical inheritance and other concepts.